All here with another Hall of Code lesson. Let's dive right in. We're going to be looking at CSS combinators, which allow you to style multiple elements at the same time. You have the descendant combinator, which matches all elements that are descendants of an element. Then you have the child combinator, which selects all elements that are children's or specified elements. Then you have next sibling combinator, must have the same parent element and immediately following. And then you have the subsequent sibling combinator. And then you have the subsequent sibling combinator, which selects all elements that are next siblings of an element. So we're going to call this CSS combinators, and we're going to add a few H1s. So I'm going to add an H1, and we're going to call this descendant. And then we're going to just copy and paste. And we got child, adjacent sibling. So we have child, adjacent sibling, and then we have, we'll call this general sibling. All right, now let's go to CSS real quick, and we're gonna add some color to the background. We'll go light blue, and we'll add an H1 text align center. All right, and then we're going to give each of the H1s some margin. All right, now let's go back, and we're going to add a div called container, and inside that div we're going to add a little dummy text, and then we're going to add another div, and we're going to call this inner, and add some more dummy text. So we have a container, and inside the container we have another div called inner, and each one has a paragraph. I forgot to add the paragraph here, so we'll put the paragraph and we'll throw that inside the opening and closing paragraph. All right, so as you can see, you see these two sentences here. All right, so let's go to style, and what we're going to do is we're going to style the container, and we're also going to style the paragraph, and we'll go background color yellow. And as you can see, both sentences are yellow. Now, one of the things I want to show you here, if I take the paragraph out, if I style the inner div and gave it a background color of red, then that sentence will be red because that paragraph is inside that particular div. Okay, so this paragraph is red while this paragraph is yellow. But if we add the descendant by having the P, so this overrides this because it is a direct descendant of the container. Now let's go child, and we're going to make a class called main list, and we'll go apples, oranges, and then we're going to add another UL and call this peaches. All right, so got apples, oranges, and peaches. And now we're going to style this using this child combinator. So we're going to say main list. And we're going to add the greater than symbol. And we'll say background color orange. Now, the child element is orange, but not the peaches, because it's not a child. It's inside of another unordered list. So because it's not a direct descendant, it will not get styled. Now let's look at adjacent sibling. And we're going to have a class called title. And we're going to say contact us. And we're going to add a form. Inside the form, we'll have input, text, and then we're going to add placeholder, your name, and we'll add a paragraph with a class called note, and we'll just say Lorem 5. All right. So we have this information here under adjacent sibling. Contact us, your name in the input box, and then we have 5 words of dummy text. Let's go ahead and style this. And we'll have, using the adjacent combinator, we'll put the plus button, and we'll style the background color. We'll say gray, and we'll add a font size of 1.5 EM. All right, and so this styles only the note div. So only the note div is what gets styled, because it comes right after the form. And in the adjacent sibling, it selects the very next sibling only. That's why this sentence gets styled and nothing else. Lastly, let's style the general sibling. We're going to add a class called FAQ, and we'll say FAQ, and then we're going to add 3 paragraphs, and we'll just copy and paste. All right, and now let's style this. We'll go FAQ, and then we'll hold the shift and the tilde key, and we'll go P. We'll say border left, 5 pixels, solid black, and then we'll add padding left of 10 pixels. So you see here the div FAQ, and all the siblings are styled using this border. And there you have it.